Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and this week's mail is the biggest haul I've ever done. Let's get into them. Yes, we have a massive stack of parcels here, all of which were from Vinted this week. I have gone into overdrive with my Disney Classic. So if you're not interested in the Disney Classic overhaul, you haven't got to watch this week's video because we've got a lot to explain, a lot to go through. I ordered slipcovers on their own, DVDs because they don't do Blu-rays. We've got a lot to get into, but I've basically went on overdrive the last week. And it's been very difficult to not want to actually do these, open these as we go, but here we are. Have to put these down here, and we're just going to go through them in any random order, to be honest, because I don't know what's what. I don't know what I got, and tracking how much I paid for these, I haven't got a clue. Right, we'll get into them one by one then, as I say. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 packages to get into. Some have one thing in there, some have two, some have maybe even 3, I think. So we don't know. But there's a lot of pickups in this haul this week. And as I say, I went into overdrive. I've got my list now where I'm ticking off the ones I need, and I have to kind of work things out. And like I say, I went into a bit of overdrive. So first package then is this purple one. I actually know what this one is because I've literally just had this one. This is the one that came in today on the last day, so I know what this one is. And of course with Vinted, I've had to open each of these to check what they are, but I've done like very much a little like peek like this, and I'm like, yep, that looks like what it is. It's sealed as well, as I can see. That is what it is. Stuff like that. Anyways then, let's get into it. I'm probably going to need my knife. It's over there, but we'll just bear into it at the moment. This one I can actually rip. So it's going to be a lot of rubbish here. I'm just going to put that there, and then we'll just take it straight out. This one is a sealed one. Classic number 15. Throw that over there. And packaged really well, in fairness. Amazing condition. No spine slash. The sword and in the stone. The sword in the stone. Never seen this Disney film. So we'll take that out. As you can see, there's the slip cover. Fantastic condition. No spine slash. No colour damage either. Really good condition. And number 18 in the classics. Sealed copy of this. Believe it or not, this is the one Disney film, well, I haven't seen. So there's probably a few more, but I haven't seen this one. Never seen this classic. This is from the year 19... I don't know. Anyway, it's very old because it's number 18. So it's probably like maybe the 50s or 60s, but I've never seen the sword in the stone, and I know the whole concept of it, but I've never seen that one. So that's the first one there then, a sealed copy of Sword in the Stone. This one here, we have just a normal standard bag thing, which is again, peel that one off. And this one's another sealed copy, this one being classic number 57, so a very much newer pickup. This is Frozen 2. We have got Frozen 1 for those that know, but Frozen 2 now is in. There is the spine of this one. And again, this one is sealed. I have the 4K of this one, as well as the first one actually. And I have made a decision what I'm going to do with my 4Ks. And that is going to be get rid. I'm going to stick with just Blu-ray only with the classics. Anything that's a non-classic, so things like, what have I got here? Maleficent, Mulan live action. Those ones are going to stick around in terms of the 4Ks. But anything that's a classic, I'll just go with a classic version. Encanto, Frozen, yeah, all of those. Then I'll just get those ones in just Blu-ray. So that's Frozen 2 there with a slipcover, of course. This one's a bit beefier, has 2 in here, I think. So we've got a black bag, which is that. And then we have then 2 titles there. So we've got one that's quite loose, but they've got this thing in between. And this one is the Aristocats. Not seen this for a long time, Aristocats. This is classic number 20. So it is just after Sword in the Stone. Yeah. So there is that one. Not a sealed copy, this one. So we'll have a look at the disc, of course. And inside we have the Aristocats, just a simple blue disc there. But I am noticing with all of these Disney ones, all of the discs, the Blu-rays, are region free, which is really nice. And I didn't know that. So yeah, Aristocats there. Good spine on that one as well. Number 20. That's just, yeah, rubbish. And then we have another one inside this package, which is, I have a feeling this is a very, very old one. Yeah. Pinocchio, classic number 3 or 2, the second ever Disney film, which is mad because it's really timeless. Again, we've got this on the front there. No damage on this one either. On the spine, fantastic. And then the back as well, as you can see, brilliant condition. And you might have noticed this one came sealed, so this is a fantastic thing. Any ones that are sealed, I'm going to keep them sealed because, yeah, I'm going to. But any that are not, then I'm, you know, obviously show you the discs. But I'll keep these in order. I'll try and keep them in numerical order. So far, we've got Pinocchio, Sword in the Stone at number 18, number 20, Aristocats, and then number 57, a big jump, Frozen 2. So far, so good. Next one, we have this white packet. And we have, this is quite a thick one, to be honest. 3 in here. If we get them out. There we go. Oh, this is the one that also included a bag of Haribo Tangtastics inside. Don't mind if I do. We're gonna tuck into this. Cherry ones of these, right, are so underrated. My other half will basically have a bag of this, right, and she'll leave the cherries because they're her worst. So it's like a win-win. So for me, I get to just have the cherries. Whereas like she likes these ones. Like who likes them ones, you know? Anyway, we'll eat them as we go. This one included 3 pickups in this. We'll go through these then in this order in terms of the thingy. So number 4, so a very, very recent one, well, old one, is Dumbo. As you can see, this one has a bit of damage in terms of, you know, some white dots on there, but, you know, spine-wise, it looks pretty good. And also the back there, as you can see. Dumbo is one of those ones I've never seen. Classic ones that I've never seen. You know, I know the story, but I've never seen it. So it's got the artwork there as well. And again, this one is... Oh, this one isn't region 3, actually. This is just region B and C, so not America. Because America's region A, isn't it? So yeah, just B and C, this one. But that's Dumbo. Classic number 4, so that is after Pinocchio. Then we've got one that I've already got because it was just part of a bundle on Vinted, I think this was. This is Big Hero 6, but I think my Big Hero 6 copy isn't very good in terms of quality wise, so I'll choose the best one based on this. And this one is a opened copy. This is region 3, there it is. Fantastic disc wise, they always are fantastic, I'm not gonna lie. They're always really good. And Big Hero 6 is a phenomenal film. I worked in the cinema when it came out, and we had an insane standee of this, like a pop cinema thing. I'll put a photo on the screen there. That's what the standee was. You had to actually blow it up. It was like an actual thing. We actually, as a cinema, I think we donated it and gave it to a children's charity because it was that good. We couldn't throw it away. We had to, you know, we gave it away. It was so sick. So that's number 53. And then a close follow then at number 54 is a film that's actually getting a sequel pretty soon. This is Zootropolis. I've seen this, of course. There is the spine of that one, number 54. So we're doing quite well in the later ones as well as the early ones. And this one's actually a sealed copy there of Zootropolis. Fantastic. I don't have this one in my collection. Of course, with the re-release coming out, or the new one coming out, we're probably going to get a 4K release. But I'll stick with the classic there. So that's Zootropolis. So there's those 3. So far, we are up to, what's that, 7? Fantastic. Let's have a little Tangtastic break. Lovely. Love them. The next one we've got is a very flat one, so I think this is just going to be slipcovers. And more on these in a little bit, but these are the DVD exclusives. You can't get these on Blu-ray as far as I'm aware, which we'll get into. We've got this one here, which is the Adventures of Ishnabod and Mr. Toad. I've never seen that film, and I've also never seen the 3 Caballeros. Of course, these were very, very cheap, to be honest, but we're going to be doing some DIY with these, and you'll see in a little bit, because we're actually going to make these fit Blu-rays, so stay tuned for that in a little bit. The next one we have then is, this one is the Amazon pickup. So there was one Amazon, all the rest were Vinted, but there is one Amazon I forgot to mention. And this was a pickup because I noticed that these 2 films, Fun, Fancy and Free, as well as Ichnabod and the Toad, are both, as you can see, you know, on Blu-ray. And it came in a clear case. I think both of these films here are on one disc. So it's annoying in the sense that they are on Blu-ray, but they're on one disc. So I'm going to do a bit of bodging, as I said, and make this work. What also is annoying is their classic number 9, as you can see there, alongside classic number 11. So it's not 9 and 10 that can just go on the shelf, because you need one in between. So my OCD just doesn't work. Well, as you said, I've got number 11 there in his own slipcover. So we're going to do a little bit of didgeridoo in a little bit, as I said. This one then is one of those plastic wrappery things. And we'll just wrap this one, get into this one. This might have been one of the first ones that came in, to be honest. if I remember correctly. See if I can get this off. I appreciate all of the effort though with all of the wrapping, but sometimes some wrapping can be overdone, can't it? Right, so this is, as I said, that one was number 9 and 11, and actually this is actually a good timing, because this one is actually classic number 10. This is Melody Time, and as you can see, this is a DVD. This doesn't come on Blu-ray at all. It's not in the thing. The annoying thing is all of these DVDs now are getting Blu-ray releases, but part of the £300 set that is coming soon. But I'm just going to stick with these DVDs in this time because, well, people have lasted that long with them. And, you know, yeah, I'm going to do the same. We do have on the front there, you got that. But also on the back, I've just noticed, you can see somebody's wrote something on this, well, all over this. Like EXO from Harvey to Lucy from Harvey. Harvey? One of them. But there it is, Melody Time. So this is number 10. So we'll get to that one in a sec. Because again, we're gonna butcher it. This one's the big one. Here, this is a vintage pickup. 2 of which in here. Here we go. So this is 2 brand new pickups in terms of the 3 Caballeros, which we have the slipcover for. I think. Yeah, that's the one. So we can now complete this one and put the slipcover on this. Which, as I say, this is a long mail time because we are going to do some butchery-a-rooing, making these things work. So there is that one now, all complete, the 3 Caballeros inside. And then we also have a Goofy movie. Not the Goofy movie, but this is Saludos Amigos. I've never seen this one. This is classic number 6. So a really recent one, but again, yeah, pretty cool. So it's only 40 minutes long, that is. The last one then we have is this black wrapper, and this is 2 Blu-rays? DVDs. 2 DVDs. There we go. Unwrap these. And again, these are 2 that you cannot get. This is number 8 and 9. So this is Make Mine Music. And then we also have Fun and Fancy Free. So we have got a little bit of butcherooing to do in terms of what's left. So my plan is to basically cut the slipcovers to the size of a Blu-ray. So what I mean by this is, you can see here, if I do this here, you can see, so the spines all line up. This is the DVD one, this is the Blu-ray, of course. It's just got this little bit at the bottom, so I'm going to cut along there to make them the same size. So on the shelf, they will all line up. Of course, I will be cutting some of the artwork off alongside some of the back as well. I'm not too bothered about that, and I've got this idea from Movie Bug, and he did this a long time ago, and I remember watching it, and it's always stuck in my head whenever I've seen these. And yeah, that's how he's done it. And on his shelf, they actually look really, really good. I'm not somebody that is going to wait around for these Blu-ray releases and all of that. And as I say, I've got like quite a few of them to do. We are missing the actual film for this one, and also the slipcover for this one. So those 2 will just wait until I can find them too. But we can, for a lot of them, make them work. So we've got, as I say, the 3 Caballeros there. We can cut that one. We can also cut sticky on the back. We can then also cut Make Mine Music and make that actually fit. Fun, Fancy and Free alongside Melody Time. And then, oh no, I forgot, we do have the film because it's in here. So one of the first easy ones we can do, to be honest, is we can keep this Blu-ray case as, you know, the one for this. And then maybe for Fun, Fancy and Free, we can then just put the DVD in there. But we've got the Blu-ray because it's there. I could put a little note in there just to remind myself, you know, that it's in that one. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do right now. And this is the thing collectors will only understand. You know, we are collectors. We love to be collectors. And this is, I'm being real with you guys, you know, we are just making the collection work for me. And yeah, that's it, to be honest. There's nothing else to say about it. So I'm going to line this up next to a Blu-ray. So as you can see, I'm using Snow White here as the example. Not Snow White, sorry, Pinocchio as the example. And then I'm going to make, this is so hard to do on camera because I need to, let me just make the first cut. There you go. I've made the first cut. There it is. So now I'm just going to cut. You probably could use a guillotine for this. I'm going to cut the straightest of lines that I can. And as I say, shout out to Movie Bug on this. He gave me this idea just, no, not exactly spoke to him, but I just saw it on his video a long time ago. So now I've cut the slipcover. As you can see, it has cut the barcode off and all that, but the actual slipcover itself does look like a Blu-ray. And now I can make this one a Blu-ray. So now we have the Adventures of Ichabod and Toad as number 11, and that is going to fit perfectly in my stack here in between thingy. And you wouldn't know on the shelf that Ichabod there, as you can see, that it still lines up thing. It does obviously cut off the age rating down there and all that, but at first glance you wouldn't know that that one there is a DVD. You just wouldn't know. So yeah, so I'm going to do that to all of the rest of them now, and yeah, we'll be basically left with all of these little bottom bit. And yeah, so what's I'm going to do now? Give me a second and we'll come back. Right, okay then, so a little bit of time has passed and I have got 5 of these here. As you can see, I've cut all of them at the bottom, just the barcodes getting off them, and I am left with these at the moment. You can just see the DVDs at the top, and then yeah, so what the plan is now is I've got some spare, I guess, Blu-ray cases here, and to save time, you know, I'm not going to show you how to suck eggs, but you know what I mean, I'm going to put now the films in here. So let's just take this one here, Melody Time, for instance. I'll take the disc out of here. I'll also cut this at the top. There's a bit of a space, and maybe at the bottom as well, make it fit tidy, and then I'll end up putting that inside the Blu-ray case with the DVD, and of course we've got the slip cover then to go around it, and we'll be left with a Blu-ray looking Melody Time, even though it's DVD, and it's the right size for my shelves, so they can actually sit on and of course all work. So that is what I've done, and as I say, shout out to Movie Bug for I've seen this on your video a long time ago. I'm not sure if you watched my content, but anyways, I remember he did a video where he went through his entire collection, and he discussed that of what he did, and he did exactly this. He just got the DVDs and basically cut them off, because you know, to the naked eye you can't notice a difference on the shelf, of course. So my action now is to, as I say, source some Blu-ray cases. I've got 2 here that I picked up for really cheap prices from Poundlands. These are brand new ones as well, so I can easily do 2 of them. Obviously, for the what's it called, Adventures of Ichabod, I have actually put in just that Blu-ray that it did come with. Of course, Fun, Fancy and Free is part of that one, as I say, which was this one here. So Fun, Fancy and Free, actually, I'll just put the DVD in there, but I will put a little note that the Blu-ray is in number 11. So the adventure continues then, of course, with Disney hunting. As you can see, I've got to do that little bit of work, as I say, for those DVD ones, but I'll do that off camera. As I say, I don't really need to show you guys what I'm going to do there. But getting those ones, especially number 9, 8, 7, 10 and 11, those were quite difficult ones to get, to be honest. I'm glad that I've ticked those off now on my list, and it's really starting to come together. So yeah, as I say, I'll put the Blu-rays in there now and sort that out off camera. But yeah, there it is. That is this week's haul video, and I guess a bit of, you know, being a collector, because when you're a collector you have to do certain things like this so that it all fits in. Yeah, if you're somebody that's watching this that doesn't understand collecting, yeah, we've got loads of things here that we've got to kind of figure out and all that, but here it is, I guess. So that is what it's like being a collector. Thank you so much for watching this video. Of course, massive haul video in terms of the amount of packages. I have kept hold of them all week, and as I say, I really wanted to tick, especially some of the more difficult ones like the DVD ones. I wanted to tick those off the list because they are quite difficult to get. Amazing finds this week, and big steps made in our pursuit to getting all of these Disney classics on the shelves over there. Thank you so much for watching though, guys. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon, and of course I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.